Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Bruce here, Stock Markets with Bruce. I have here a clip from my show yesterday, Feb the 26th, 2021, where I was talking about what was going to happen or possibly happen in the market. This is during the pre-market on GameStop, and I wanted to explain to you folks some of the strategies that might be being employed here by some of the folks who hang out here, some of the big hedge fund operators. We've had all kinds of activity on GameStop now for a couple of days that has just been unbelievable, and I wanted to break down a couple of ideas that have been going around here. I kind of surmised that there might have been and might be a whole bunch of activity happening in the options market on the CME, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, and I'm trying my best in a plain English kind of way to tell you what might be happening with some strategies here with some of these hedge fund operators, and I hope you can understand it all. I hope it makes sense to you, and it might explain to you why in the last, just 2 or 3 trading days, basically since Wednesday afternoon, an hour before the close, and Thursday and Friday, over 300 million shares approximately have been traded in GameStop, and a company only has 70 million in existence and only 50 million can free trade. So enjoy this clip, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks, everybody, for supporting me. Bye for now.
Me? Is it me? Is it other Reddit people? What is going on? I'm going to tell you what's going on. I think I know what's going on. I've been on it now for 48 hours. I suspect Chicago is what's going on, and they're not talking about Chicago over here. They have people in Chicago. They have contacts at every major brokerage firm in Chicago. All the option players, they can talk to all these guys. They can talk to former options specialists, retired, that are no longer doing this. They can talk to these guys and try to dig it. They don't seem to be talking to anybody. I haven't talked to anyone in Chicago. I don't know anyone in Chicago on the options floor, but I think I've deduced the issue. And I'm thinking, oh my God, if I'm a hedge fund in New York, I am laughing and laughing and laughing because these guys over here at CNBC are diverting attention away from what's really going on. And here's what I think is going on. All right, let me try to explain to you a little scenario that could be happening right now. I wouldn't be surprised if it is happening right now. I'm sure of it. And it's not just one firm. I think that anyone with basic securities and option trading's knowledge in the business knows this. And I'm talking about these hedge fund, the pro traders that are sitting at hedge funds, investment funds, bankers, all of them. They all know this, but no one is being asked. And I think that one day, someone will say, how come you didn't tell us about it? And someone will say, well, no one asked me. And that's what's going to happen. Someone's just going to say, well, no one asked me about this strategy. And so I didn't want to bring it up because why would I bring up this strategy that Bruce is about to reveal to you? Because if I reveal it while it's happening, it might screw the game up because here's the game. All right. Let's just say that I'm a hedge fund operator. I'm involved in a hedge fund. And the company that I'm with has $20 billion. I mean, they're cute. They're a dime a dozen. There are 15,000 hedge funds. But let's say I'm in one hedge fund, and the guys that run the fund, we're all sitting around the big old table. There's about 10 of us that call the shots, and we can control $10 billion, more than we need to play GameStop. All right, just talking about GameStop. All right, we're short 1 million shares. All right, we're short 1 million. We shorted 1 million when it came down from 300 to 200 to 150 to 100, all the way down. And we're short at right now, the price that's trading at, we're short at about $120 a share. Let's just all speculate. We could be short at 80, 40, 150. It doesn't matter. But we're short right now at 120, just to make this easy. I want to make this simple for you guys because I'm trying to do this in plain English. I'm short 1 million shares, okay? I'm a hedge fund. And I know I got to buy back 1 million shares. But I also know that if I try to buy 1 million shares right now, the pre-market is only traded 2.9 million today. It's up to 122.50 from yesterday's close, so it's up $13. If I try to go in there right now in the pre-market and quietly and trying to, without tipping my hand, I try to buy 1 million, I'm not going to have very much success down here. I'm going to run this thing to 150. because there'll be other traders that will notice my little orders coming in, 5,000 here, 6,000 here, 10,000 here, 4,000 here. I'm trying to just nickel and dime or stock in. They're going to sense, oh, I know who that is. That's Bruce over at the so-and-so hedge fund. I see they use so-so securities and they use so-and-so securities. And yeah, we know who's short. Bruce is trying to buy up 1 million shares of a stock or whatever the amount he wants. He wants a lot of stock and he just keeps nibbling at it, and it'll go to 150. So my million shares will create 10 million shares of volume, maybe 20 million shares of volume, because the day traders will be all over me. They'll try to buy in front of me at 121, sell at 122. They'll be in front of me at 122.5, try to sell at 123.5. There's going to be nuts, so cuckoo stuff happening, whether it's on the pre-market or on the market itself. I need 1 million, and there are 15 other hedge funds that all also need 1 million each. This thing's going to $200 a share. Okay, we can't do that because I'm going to lose money. I don't want to lose money. I want to make money. So how can I make money? How can I take lemons and turn it into lemonade? Because if I'm short 1 million at $60 average, right now I'm upside down $60 a share. And I got myself a $60 million lemon problem. How do I get out of this? All right, so let's go back to this scenario. I'm short 1 million shares at $120 a share. Okay. I want to make money on this trade, but it's not going down to 100. It's not going down to 80. It's not going back to 40. It's not doing it. How do I get out, and how can I make money when I get out? And it's kind of simple. You go to Chicago and you wait for the market to open. And this has been done already. I'm not saying I'm doing it today. This has already been done, but I could do this even now. I'm short 1 million shares, and right now I can fix this problem real easy. I wait for the opening bell, which will come up here in about 50 minutes or so, whatever it is. And Chicago starts trading options. And what do? I start buying call contracts that are way in the money. I don't buy contracts way out of the money. I buy contracts way in the money. So I'm going to start buying $65 contracts, 64s, 63s, 62s, 61s, all the way back. They expire tonight. They die today, because all contracts that are dated for today die tonight at the bell, and then there are contracts next Friday and the Friday after that. But I know I'm going to buy $60 contracts, 62s, 58s. I'm going to average $60 on my exercise price, and I'm going to pick up not enough contracts to buy 1 million shares. I'm going to buy enough contracts to buy 2 million shares. Why? Because the first 10,000 contracts I buy, and it might be 1,000 of the 64s and the 3s and the 2s and the 1, and then another 1,000 of each. I'm going to get myself 20,000 contracts that'll give me the right to buy 2 million shares of GameStop at an average of $60 a share. Okay, these contracts will cost me right now $65 each, like $5 more than the book value itself. So the contract is in the money. Let's say a $60 contract. It's in the money, $60 if we start trading at 120. Again, everything is predicated on the fact that I'm short at 120. We're going to open at 120. It doesn't matter. It can be higher or lower. It matters not. But I'm buying an average of $60 call contracts, so I have the right to buy 2 million shares from you, whoever you are, whoever's selling them to me, at $60 each. There's plenty of contracts to go around. I now have the ability to get 2 million shares. At the end of the day, I don't care what the stock does. It sits here, it goes higher. It's not going to $60 tonight. I can tell you that, because I'm going to exercise the right to buy my 2 million shares at $60 a piece. I've already paid you 60 whatever, and I'm into this 2 million shares for 120 something bucks a share. I'm in at 125, whatever. And if I shorted at 120 for 1 million, I'm now buying them back at 125. I lost $5 a share. I don't care. I'm in. But now you guys, you Chicago guys, you options writers, those who wrote naked calls, and there's a bunch of naked calls out there. You got it delivered to me, baby. 2 million shares of GameStop at $60 a share. And the first million that you give me, that I buy from you, will cover my short position, because I'm short 1 million shares. That's in my books. You don't know that because I don't have to declare it. No investors know that because I don't have to declare it under SEC rules. Quiet. I will declare my position in the calls, But by the time you figure this out, it's days from now. It's all over. I've already executed my little plan. But here's the thing, kids. I now get another 1 million shares. I got the first 1 million to cover my short. I got another 1 million. I'm long 1 million shares. All right. I own 1 million now. I've completely flipped from a shorter to a long holder. So I go to the moon GameStop. That's what I want to happen. And I know something else. Because of my little move, just me and my puny little 1 million share short position, and now I'm 1 million long, there are option writers who have to scramble to get the stock. They got to buy the stock to deliver it to me. They have to sell me 2 million shares at 60 a share. Now, maybe they have a 500,000. All the options that I've acquired, some are from people who have the stock and they will deliver it to me. But there might be 1.5 million shares that are not held by anybody. These are naked contracts written by market makers on Chicago. I'm one of dozens of hedge funds doing this. I'm not the only guy. There could be 40 million shares of interest in the calls, in the contracts. 40 million shares wanted at the close of business tonight on GameStop. 40 million. I'm just looking for 2 million. That's all I need. 1 million to cover my short and 1 million to make money on. And I know that these guys have to go to the market and buy it. The market that is trading at 120 right now, pre-market. The market that's holding at 120 a share with pre-market volume of 3 million shares. 3 million shares is all that's coming in. There's nothing for sale here. Where is the 100 million shares of selling to drive this thing back to 40 bucks? It's not here. It's not happening. And the reason is, of course, the Chicago market makers who make the market in options are sitting there going, oh my God, today, at the end of the day, we have hundreds of thousands of contracts expiring that are in the money at 20 a share, 21, 22, 23, all the way up to $120. There are hundreds of thousands of contracts, naked contracts, that are going to be in the money. The higher the stock goes, the more contracts that are going to be in the money. I mean, if it goes to 180 to 200, you can add another 100,000 contracts. It could be, you could have 500,000 contracts in the money tonight, and that's 50 million shares. That 50 million are needed by Chicago. There's only 70 million in existence for the entire company. That will not change today. 70 million shares exist, and that's all that exists. 50 of those 70 million are allowed to trade as free trading shares, and of those, 35 million are held by mutual funds and index funds, ETFs. These shares aren't available. You can't get those. So there's 15 million free trading shares that are in retail hands, your hands, you guys, diamond hands. You bought the stock pretty well. All of you bought it for cash because in the last 2 weeks you couldn't use margin. Certainly when the market was dropping, Robinhood wouldn't let you buy it at all. But when you could buy it, you can only buy it with cash. And so Chicago could need 40 to 50 million shares of this stock, and they can't get this stuff. They can't get it now. It's 121. They're not getting what they need. If they got what they need, they'd stop buying. They would have stopped yesterday. They didn't. They're still buying. They're still trying to get this stuff, and it's 121.19 as I speak. So I'm the hedge fund. I was short 1 million. I now bought 2 million contracts. I bought 20,000 contracts to get me 2 million shares at 60 bucks. I got my million to cover my short. Which when delivered, I'm flat, and now there's no short position for me. But now I'm long 1 million shares, and I know there is unbelievable buying coming in to buy the stock. Well, guess what? I'm happy to offer 1 million shares for sale because I'm long 1 million shares. I'm happy to offer 100,000 at 160 and 100,000 at 170 and 100,000 at 180. I'm a reasonable guy. I'm not a crook. I'm happy to offer paper to the market that wants it. I just don't know how high it'll go. I'm guessing like anyone else, but I'm long 1 million. And the first million I sell is the million I'm long. And if I'm selling it off until it reaches 250 a share and I'm out, I'm sitting there going, it's pretty good. I bought this stuff. I paid 60 bucks for the stock from the option seller. And then I had to pay up front 65 a share for the premium to get in because it was not even a 1 day long contract. I paid $125 for this stuff, and I averaged $190 on the way out the door, or $200 on the door. I made $75 a share on 1 million shares long. Made $75 million in profit. Not a bad day. Now, this might take today, Monday, Tuesday. Settlement of contracts will take place on Friday and Monday and partially on Tuesday. So the buying will keep coming for days. I sell 1 million. I'm now flat. Okay, it's a market is 240. Let's say $240. Now I'm sitting there going, should I offer some more stock for sale as a shorter? Should I go short again with another 1 million shares? And if I feed it out at 240 and 245 and 250 and 270, wherever this wants to go, you market, please, stock market, tell me where you want to go. I'm there for you. I'm there to offer liquidity. I'm there to sell you stock you want. I'm there to pick up stock you don't want. I'm here to make a spread. I'm here to make a profit. That's my job. That's what I do as a hedge fund. I'm running $10, $20 billion. And if I can make 75 million in 2 or 3 days on GameStop, yay. And if I can make another 75 million on the way down again, yay. I as a debt trader or a pro trader or a partner in the firm, I'm earning my fair share. Hedge funds usually work on a deal where they charge 2% of the value of the fund to the investors whose money they're managing. And then they take 20% of the profit. That's usually the deal, 2 and 20. So as the guy who's trading all this stuff, the options and the stock and everything, if I can make the house $100 million profit on this GameStop move, the house is making $20 million. I've made the house $20 million. The house has a contract with me. I have a working contract with this company. They're paying me a salary to walk through the front door every day, and then they're offering me bonuses. And what are my bonuses? Percentage of the house take. It's as simple as that. I might get 25% of the house profits. I made the house $100 million, gross $100 million. The house made $20 million, and I get a $5 million bonus.
Is this a great country or what? Tell you, folks, there are gazillions of these firms out there, traders everywhere. This could be happening as we speak. We're going to keep on top of this GameStop story. Hopefully you're making your share of money in the meantime. I'll keep following it. We won't let it go. And we'll see where GameStop wants to go next. Thank you, everyone, for following my channel, subscribing to Stock Markets with Bruce. All of you beautiful Reddit people out there, a special shout-out to you guys. And thanks for subscribing, thumbs ups, and all your support. We'll talk to you soon, everybody. Have a great one. Bye for now.